Hi, everybody. It's Mathew. If you're still subscribed to this feed, thank you so much for that and your continued confidence in us as a continuing concern. We are currently on indefinite hiatus for reasons that are related to that life is just really hard right now for everybody. So, we're okay. It's just difficult we're just on hiatus. We're on a hiatus. We'd like to continue to do it, but it's just very difficult right now. Anyways, so this will probably be the case at least through the end of the year. But in the meantime, I wanted to put out some of the bonus episodes that we made that were previously behind a Patreon paywall because we have now shut down Patreon and we may never come back. So I might as well put these out so that people can enjoy them because I think that they're really fun. Yeah, and so I hope you enjoy them. And this is again Ain't Mythbehavin. Episode Ain't Mythbehavin. If you haven't caught any of the previous episodes that we've unlocked and put in the feed, is a podcast where I tell Anna about a story from ancient mythology or folklore or just some made up bullshit. But I hope you enjoy them. I think they're fun episodes. They're a little bit different, but a new one's going to come out every week for the next however many weeks I got, like 20 weeks, I think. And hopefully we'll be back one day with more saint-based fun. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully we'll be able to entertain you through the medium of podcasting again soon. But thanks again, everybody, for listening. Any listening that you've done to these episodes or past episodes. And hopefully you'll hear from us soon. But in the meantime, have a blessed day. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome to Ain't Mythbehavin, the podcast about legends from people who are. I am your host. My name is Mathew Shadoran, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host.
Co-legend.
By the Epic Anna Domini. How are you today,
Hello.
Anna?
I'm good. I would like to say that, I think you should introduce me as your hero. I think that would be more appropriate.
Yeah, well, if it happens, then I definitely will. But for now,
I got to work for it, I guess.
Yeah, you're more of a nemesis at this point. You're doing well, Anna. Have you done anything particularly epic or legendary recently?
No. Sorry.
I did something a bit epic, which is that I quit my job.
Oh, that's pretty epic.
I know,
Taking
right?
a leap into the great unknown.
I was like, screw you guys. I don't want to work here no more. And
stuck it to the man.
yeah, it was immediately after a very bad performance review. And I was like, you know what? Never mind. It'd probably be best for all of us if we went our separate ways, and they didn't fight it. So, which is more like, that's how I quit but I was like, yeah, I'm getting out of here, man. You can't keep me in a cage.
Fuck the system.
Fit the suit and tie. Yeah, take the system.
The corporate noose.
I'm gonna go home and live off my wife's money and.
Which, is a radical feminist move.
Yeah, it is.
Really.
And that's what makes me a real hero. That's the legendary thing. Is I'm fighting the patriarchy.
You totally are.
And yeah, and I'm raising my son to be a good man and, to learn what, hands-on fathership is. I mean, I'm recording a podcast and my wife is soothing him right now, but,
Other than that,
I'm a pretty great dad and an iconic feminist, I think.
Totally.
Speaking of the patriarchy, today's legend, Anna, is about a guy who kind of started the patriarchy.
Wow. Wait, was it God?
Yeah, it's God.
Who is obviously our personal hero.
Yes, he is. He's quite legendary. But no,
very mythical, to be fair.
It is true. Yeah, it's yes. Today's legend is an actual epic. It's the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Oh, cool.
Do you know anything about Gilgamesh?
A little, not very much. I mean, I should know. I know he's like kind of a proto Noah in a way?
No.
Because there was a flood? No?
It does come up in the epic, but there's a different guy who is the proto-Noah.
Oh, okay. My bad.
We'll get to that. He's more of a proto. No, I don't know. He's not. He's proto everything. He's like Gilgamesh is like the first story. It's like the only. It's considered by some to be the oldest mythic story. Perhaps second only to maybe there's some Egyptian myth. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a basic. That kind of Joseph Campbell. Hero with 1,000 Faces.
No.
Okay, I won't forget it then. Do you know? Have you ever heard of the hero's journey?
Vaguely.
This is the concept of Joseph Campbell. He's a mythologist.
Mm-hmm. He sounds like he would be much better to be on this because I know nothing about myths.
He'd probably be really annoying because I would try to say things and he'd be like, "Well, actually, he's also long dead."
Oh,
I don't think he's
which would be even more impressive if we got him on. To be fair,
what a get. But the kind of
actually he is here. No one can prove he's not.
Yeah, he's not. He's here. He's just very quiet, and he's giving me nods of approval every time I say really intelligent things about mythology,
which you have done many of so far.
So far, yeah. Well, I'm giving a shout out to his book, Hero of 1,000 Faces. So basically, he's a guy who's like, oh, if you look through ancient legends, there's basically the same structure to every hero's story. There's this, classic hero's journey. You can see this his work in popular culture. His work is really influential on George Lucas and Luke Skywalker is kind of the classic hero's journey and blah blah blah.
Right. And
kind of the classic structure of a hero. Anyways, mythological tale. But anyways, so none of this. So Gilgamesh is an epic poem. Dates back to about 2000 BC.
Is Babylonian, I believe?
Is Sumerian.
Bollock! Oh, for God's sake! That was the one fact that I had, and it was wrong.
That kind of all runs together. I honestly don't understand the difference between the two, but they're both ancient races that are groups of people. What's the word I'm looking for?
That's what races are.
Civilization is the word I'm looking for. They're both ancient civilizations that came out of Mesopotamia, which is the cradle of civilization that existed between the Tigris and Euphrates River and what is now modern day Iraq. So he's a major hero of ancient Mesopotamian mythology, and he's the hero of the Epic of Gilgamesh. I've said this stuff already. Rereading my thing. During the second millennium BC. He's actually he's a real person. He was actually a Sumerian king of the city-state Uruk.
Okay.
Uruk is a city-state on the Euphrates River about 300 kilometers south of modern-day Baghdad, southeast of modern-day Baghdad. No? Okay.
What? I had no riff for that.
That's fine.
I mean,
anyways.
I did. My first thought was, would it be annoying to live there? Because it would be irksome, but that's all I had. So I thought it wasn't even worth saying, and I stand by that.
That's good. No, that's great. I'm keeping that in for sure.
Oh God.
But yeah, this is kind of these are like the original cities. These are the OG cities in the world. is considered to be the first modern city. I mean, this is when you have modern agriculture, which makes specialization possible.
Stops nomadism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stops. I think it's called nomadness. Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah, it stops a nomadic lifestyle.
There we go.
It makes it possible for people to live in large groups and cities and civilizations, and out of that you get language, and out of that you get fucking everything, and yada yada yada. 4,000 years later, and everything is terrible, and we're just
we're just marching towards fascism.
Yeah, it's just So I guess this is kind of the story of where it all started to go wrong.
Oh, good. Okay, the origin story for right now.
Yeah, there's some stories about the origins of Gilgamesh. He's the priest. He's what's called the priest king of the city of Uruk. It said Gilgamesh's father is said to have been the former priest king Luglabanda, and his mother was the goddess. Oops, I accidentally cut off the name of the goddess. Okay.
Of course you did, because you're a terrible feminist, and her name didn't matter. I knew you would trip yourself up at some point.
His mother was the goddess Nimsum. That's her name. Ninsun. And so he was a demigod, and it is said in the poem that he is 2/3 God. So I don't get how that...
so demi is misleading because that means half. So
right,
it's 2/3. But yeah, also, how does that work?
Yeah, standard genetics, you would think it would be 50-50 or 25%. I tried to do the math on like what lineage his father would have to have for him to be 2/3 God.
And it's mathematically impossible.
It was mathematically, it's either mathematically impossible or it's mathematically impossible for me. So if anybody has an answer for that, let me know. But he said he's 2/3 God. It says that there's a story that Gilgamesh's grandfather kept his mother under guard to prevent her. Wait, no, that's not right. That can't be right because she was a god. I don't know. I guess the real Gilgamesh had said that Gilgamesh's grandfather kept his mother under guard to prevent her from becoming pregnant because an oracle had once told him that his grandson would overthrow him. But then, and when she did become pregnant, somehow in this tower, the guards threw the child off the tower, but an eagle rescued him mid-fall and delivered him safely to an orchard where a gardener raised him.
Nice. Okay, so he's put in some roots down.
Yeah.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah. Oh, I should also say that, so the Epic of Gilgamesh, it has influence on kind of all the great, so the Iliad and the Odyssey, and there's also bits of it that are in the Bible, or that are also like similar things are referenced in the Bible, and it's assumed that they were basically like the people were writing the Old Testament and the Epic of Gilgamesh at the same time, and so they were kind of just like using the same source material.
Well, it was originally like oral tradition, right? So people would have been chatting to each other at points and cross like contamination of the stories, I suppose.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because and then when I say written down, I mean like transcribing what had been oral tradition for thousands of years before.
See, I knew a thing. I'm very proud of that.
You're very good, and we're all very proud of you. So
that's my heroic thing now for the week.
Great. That's why you're a legend.
Oh, thanks.
So and you're getting closer to being my hero, but no, probably not.
From 0 to 100, we're now at like half.
Yeah. I mean,
like
that's
0.5.
In the way that a single step will bring you that much closer to circumnavigating the globe.
But it doesn't really,
So he was a demigod. He's said to have lived 126 years and possessed superhuman strength.
That's kind of like not very much for a demigod, because like wasn't Noah meant to be like 900 when he died?
Yeah, but those were like those Old Testament guys. They all lived to be like 300 or 900 or whatever. Yeah. It's weird. There's something in the Old Testament, I forget. Oh, it's something, it is after the flood. There is some passage that says that like, and then God was like, I don't know, you guys are living too long or something. And
right, yeah. I forget what so I mean, I guess like 126, especially like, before modern medicine. Yeah. That is pretty impressive. You'd probably think, okay, he's probably pretty divine.
He's got some, and there's an impressive number, I think, no matter where you're coming from, 126.
Well, no, I mean, Noah wouldn't have been impressed, but.
I mean, Noah wouldn't have been impressed, but I think Noah spent most of those years drunk. So, who's the winner now? So Gilgamesh was a tyrannical king who worked his people to death and take what he wanted. What?
I said nice, and then I said great. It's just what you want in a king.
Yeah, I feel like that's just, isn't tyrannical king just redundant?
Yeah.
But he takes what he wants from people. So he's robbing, he's stealing, he kills young men at will, he uses women as he pleases, and he'll even do See,
I was about to say, kill young men at will. Maybe that is kind of feminist, but then, the next half of the sentence ruined
it. He'll take brides on their wedding night and then sleep with them before their husbands do. So, what's the term, prima nocta?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not familiar with that.
You don't know this was like a medieval thing? It was like
Is it like Bagsy?
Banksy?
Bagsy. It's like like shotgun. If you want to Bagsy something, you're like Bagsy. Maybe it's a British thing. But anyway, in this case, it'd be like Shagsy.
Oh, like dibs?
Yeah. There we go. It's dibs. But it works better with Bagsy because it rhymes with shag.
With Shagsy. No, I get what you're doing with that. Hey, you know what? You went down to my hero ranking.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's fair enough. Because that is horrible. Then, maybe shouldn't find a fun name for it.
Yeah, you should. No.
Yeah, okay.
It's just
let's move on.
For sexual favors. What's a cute name we can give to that?
Yeah, no, fair.
So the people of Uruk cry out to the gods for help so that they can have peace. So the gods hear them and they instruct Anu, the goddess of creation, to make a twin for Gilgamesh. Someone who's strong enough to stand up to him and who will...
So it's like there's this problem guy, let's make another one of him.
That's a good point. It's just like, you know what this place needs is another super strong demigod.
Also, I feel like this is quite, like, would have maybe made, if I was around in the time, like, questioned the idea of the gods. Because, like, if they sent an eagle to save him in the beginning and then it turns out they probably shouldn't have bothered, then, you know, it's quite flawed.
It does bring the judgment of
their
the
judgment into question. Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's why they made the guy. They were like, oh, we did that whole eagle thing. That was a real mistake. Okay, we gotta fix this mess.
Yeah. Okay, the eagle didn't work. How about a twin? Yeah.
What do you got, guys?
Yeah, it's like a whale? No. Let's do a twin. An evil twin? No, he's already evil. He's the evil twin. We got to make a normal twin.
Guys, we all know that one twin is good and one twin is evil. Okay, so he's already evil. So then if we make another one, he has to be good, right?
That's God logic. Guys. You can't beat that.
You know what? Dave? I'm gonna say you work in mysterious ways, but I like it. Anyway,
nice.
Dave the God.
Dave the God.
I don't know enough Babylonian gods. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not an expert on this, but I imagine there is probably not one called Dave.
All right, fine. I guess it's Anu. I guess I know Anu is the god of creation. It's like, Anu, you're a crazy motherfucker, but I love where you're going with this.
Yeah, it's interesting as well that, like, you know, because a twin is usually just a sibling that's born at the same time.
Yeah, well.
So by the very fact of him being like an afterthought, he is not really a twin. Yeah. They haven't thought that through.
They really didn't, no. They were like, we should have done this at the beginning. And,
yeah.
Isn't there egg on our faces? So they had the goddess of creation make a twin for Gilgamesh, someone who will be strong enough to stand up and ultimately save him. So Anu goes out into the wilderness and she spits in some clay and she molds a man out of clay.
Okay, which is how babies are made.
This is how babies are made,
yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's how I got my kid, so... A lot of spit involved.
Hey, baby, let me spit in your clay.
Yeah. Let me tell you, we got pretty dirty that day. You know what I mean? In that I had clay all over my hands.
And penis. That wasn't even to make a twin. That was just got overexcited.
Hey, you know what? I don't want to cast aspersions here or shame you in any way, but you don't have a penis. So you don't know how good clay feels on a penis. Just gonna put that right there. Anyways. So she makes this guy out of clay, and his name is Enkidu.
Didn't God make in Genesis? Did God make Adam out of dirt?
Yeah.
So borrowed imagery there.
So this is another thing that, like, so the Enkidu part of this myth parallels
so
Adam.
Enkidu's the twin.
Yeah, Enkidu. Cool. So it really parallels Adam's rise and fall, or like creation and fall. So, and you'll see what I didn't mean to spoil.
That's kind of spoilers.
Sorry, not really fall. He doesn't really fall the same way that. Anyway, I'll explain it.
I mean, now you said that, it's going to be a surprise when he does.
Yeah. So Enkidu is a wild, hairy man who lives in the wilderness with the animals. He is at peace with the animals, and they consider him a colleague, I guess. I don't know what the word is.
Colleague.
A friend, so he lives with the animals.
Wait, you said colleague because that's how you think of me,
that's how I think of you,
You didn't want to say friend.
You're very much the Enkidu to my...
To your tiger.
To my gazelle.
Weird.
I was going to say, yeah. It's like I'm a gazelle and you're very much my Enkidu. Okay. Just a hairy, wild person.
Made of clay. Okay.
Made of clay, yeah.
I mean, you haven't, because I can see you on camera and you can't see me. I am very hairy at this point, so...
Yeah. Actually, you can see me. You'll see that I just got a haircut, so...
Totally noticed.
Shut up. I had Alice do it. It was terrible.
Who was holding the baby at that point?
Well, he was in his little chair, and he'd fallen asleep.
Just laughing at you. Fair.
Yeah, pretty much. So Enkidu, he's living in the woods, and one day a trapper sees Enkidu by a watering hole and is frightened. Also, it said that Enkidu is messing with the trapper's traps. So he's like, he's finding all the traps, and he's like, hey, my animal friends, and he's like undoing all the traps and letting his friends go free. So
that's nice.
Yeah, he's
already nicer than Gilgamesh.
Yeah, he's really killing it. He's really making
killing animals. Yeah.
He's making Gilgamesh look like some real shit right now.
Well, I mean, didn't take much.
Yeah, it's a real low bar. Yeah. But at the same time, he seems like he's really clearing it. He's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
Enkidu is pretty cool. So the trapper, he tells his father the wild man that he saw, and his father tells the trapper to go see Gilgamesh. He tells his son...
Say that again.
So the trapper goes to his father.
Right.
And his father tells him to go to Gilgamesh. It's too many steps.
Daddy trapper. Okay.
Yeah. The scared trapper. Yeah. It's one of those things in epics where it's just like, why don't we just... In a modern screenplay, you'd be like, just have him go to Gilgamesh. You would cut out the father character entirely. And then,
unnecessary character.
Unnecessary character. Yeah. You'd be like, why is he doing this?
I don't know. Maybe if it was a film, like, you'd have some really big actor in the trapper's dad part just so that they could get a great cameo.
Yeah, maybe. But it seems like it's too small a part for a big actor. It's somebody, just some like no-name actor, and you'd be like, hey, you know what, Carl, we actually cut this part. Sorry, man. You still get paid for the day, and please help yourself to craft services, but sorry. It's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
So he tells the king to ask for a temple prostitute to bring back with him to seduce Enkidu. So
from Gilgamesh, like, could we expect any other strategy? I don't think so. Yeah. That sounds pretty on brand.
Actually, now that I reread this, the way that this is mentioned in the summary, I copy and pasted the summary from somewhere else. It's like the way that I'd read it in other places is that the father just says, go get a prostitute and bring him back to Enkidu. So basically, long story short, he's like, go get a prostitute from the temple, bring him back. And
hey, Enkidu, you like traps? How about this sex worker trap?
It's a honey trap.
There we go.
So the trapper returns with Shamat, a temple prostitute from the temple of Ishtar, the goddess of love and war. So this was the thing where the temple of Ishtar had ritual prostitutes.
Okay.
Who were also
That's quite
priests.
Progressive.
It was kind of a thing where, and actually there's a really fascinating, my friend Caitlin has a podcast called The Oldest Profession, where she talks about the history of sex work and stuff. And they have a whole episode on Ishtar, which is very fascinating.
Okay.
Which I highly recommend. So check that out, The Oldest Profession, if you want to know more about Ishtar. But basically, and I'm not going to do a really good job describing all this because it's very complicated, but there is this thing with ritualized sexual rituals. I said rituals twice. I don't know why. And but basically, you would go. Women would. Of all classes would go and they would work as prostitutes in the temple. And while they were there, they would learn certain rituals. And then there were some women who were priests there all the time, which they were priest prostitutes.
Prostitutes,
yes. And they would learn all kinds of different skills, including healing skills and contraceptive skills and all kinds of things like that. In addition to different
I feel like of all the...
And also like sex skills.
I thought when you said skills, I was like, obviously because I'm very immature, I was going to be like, what, like putting your feet behind your head? But I feel like of all the things that, Judeo-Christian culture borrowed from other cultures around at the time that have stuck, why, do we have shame and abstinence when we could have had this? Would have been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things they bring up in the podcast is like that, I guess Emperor Constantine, I think that's right. He basically, when he converted to Christianity, I think around the 2nd
450,
century.
I believe.
Yeah. He basically made sure that every temple like this was destroyed. So they existed for quite a long time, but then they were eventually all removed and replaced with just shame.
So the fun stuff was ruined by Christians. Got
exactly, yeah. And then so the idea of like sexuality as like, well, this is kind of a move. So here's the thing is like when the move away from kind of Ishtar as the primary goddess is kind of the idea of moving away from the matriarchal based theology where you kind of worship an earth goddess or an earth mother, that kind of thing, which you see in a lot of earlier religions. As you move into the city state, this kind of from a nomadic lifestyle, suddenly it depowers women, and this was kind of one of the last remnants of because the women who worked in the temple, who were the priests of the temple, they had more power than their married counterparts.
Okay.
And even more power than what were called free prostitutes, which were prostitutes who worked outside of the temple. So anyways.
Right.
But it was a whole ritualized
Not free,
thing.
as in...
Not free,
you didn't have to pay.
Free is like not attached to the temple.
Yeah. Freelance, really.
freelance. Yeah, that's where to go.
They were their own boss, yeah.
So you
sorry, Constantine was earlier than 450.
Okay, I thought so too.
I'm a disgrace to my whole subject.
That's all right. I didn't mean. Well, I ambushed you with mention of Constantine because you're like, we were just talking about Babylonia. Anyways. Oh, Ishtar is what is also called the whore of Babylon. So yeah, but and she's anyways. There's a whole thing with Ishtar, and Ishtar comes back later, so we can talk more about Ishtar later if you want. Cool. But anyways, so the trapper returns with Shamat, the temple prostitute, and they wait for Enkidu to reappear by the watering hole, and Shamat reveals herself to him and seduces him, and they copulate for 6 days and 7 nights.
Wow, that is epic.
That is pretty epic, right?
Did they get food in the middle? I mean...
I imagine there were breaks, but I mean, here's the thing about Enkidu. He's probably pretty new to the world because he was just created.
Yes.
He apparently
it's a
has
bit
never seen a woman
like Rocky
before.
in the Rocky Horror Show, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like...
Yeah.
just
a long medley of touch me.
I mean, I guess that speaks very highly of the training at the Temple of Ishtar, right?
Yeah. I mean,
it lasted that long.
Also, it's not even him that I'm impressed with her because I'm like, 6 days. That's whew.
It's a lot of cystitis waiting for you at the end.
Yeah. So, and also they say that because during this period,
well, I hope it wasn't during her period. That would have been made it even more tricky.
During this 6 day period, 6 day 7 night period, during this 6 day 7 nights, it's also said that Shamat kind of civilizes him. So she teaches him to drink beer and eat bread and to...
so that you can see where the stamina was coming from then. Like,
yeah.
They did have sustenance.
Yeah, they had sustenance, and so she's basically saying hey, here's how to be with other humans and how to treat, how to touch a woman and be, whatever, not a crazy wild man.
Here's how to down a pint, apparently.
Yeah, well, it's a process. But when Enkidu is satisfied, he finds the animals no longer accept
Which took him only 6 days.
Yeah, I'm just
Which is not my understanding of how, virginal men work, but there we go.
No, yeah. But, it when there's a lot of energy pent up, that can happen. But it just sounds annoying to take 6 days. It's that doesn't sound fun for anybody. But,
no.
At some point, it's just we've got other things to do. I've got some beer
the novelty's kind of worn off now. Some
bread to eat, and I don't know. So the animals no longer accept him. So this is basically...
Which makes sense because, they'd be like, come on, man, we thought you were better than this. Now all you want to do is fuck. That's what we do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is now he stinks of sex.
Woman.
Woman, yeah. But it's the idea that he's gained the knowledge of civilization, and this sets him apart from the animals, and so now the animals no longer accept him, and it's similar to the way that
the forbidden fruit,
exactly, is tempted
the forbidden fruit in this case is his cherry, and
okay, well that
was pretty quick actually.
It's
been a long time since I've successfully told jokes, so now every time I do, it's followed by, that was actually very quick.
Yeah, it's not even a mark of the quality of the joke, but it's I got there very fast.
Credit where it's due, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's this idea. So it's the same thing with Adam, where he's expelled. He's basically expelled from paradise. Because he can't live with the animals anymore. And so Shamat tells him to come back to Uruk. And upon hearing about Gilgamesh, Enkidu decides that he wants to meet him, and the two set out for Uruk, making a stop at the shepherd's camp, I should say. There's no shepherd.
Shepherd's camp.
You remember the shepherd that I didn't mention before? Well, they stop at his camp.
Is that like a motorway service station kind of equivalent?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Cool. There's just, you go to the shepherd's camp, you get a Greg sausage roll and a coffee, and then you head back on the road.
Except it's made of lamb, not pork.
Yeah. There, Enkidu learns that Gilgamesh will sleep with a newly married bride on her wedding night. Before her husband sleeps with her, he is outraged and decides he must stop Gilgamesh.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gilgamesh has several dreams foretelling of the arrival of Enkidu. So he's dreaming about this guy. He knows he's coming.
Which presumably, because he was contacted about, sending someone to be his downfall in the first place, right?
Yeah, I don't know why they ask. Actually, no, this makes no sense. I think this is not a good. Here's the other thing about the Epic of Gilgamesh is it's written on various clay tablets. Mm-hmm. So I should say that it was kind of lost for about 3,000 years.
Yeah.
And the tablets were found or at least 2,000 years. And the tablets were found in like 1850 in...
so that would be nearly 4,000 years. If it
well,
was...
I mean, people knew about it.
Oh, no, I guess if it's like written down versus...
Yeah, it was written. It was written down around the second millennium.
Yeah.
There's various things. And then it was found in the 1850s. And like everything found in the 1850s, it was just shipped to the British Museum.
So by found, do we mean pillaged
stolen?
From somewhere?
I guess, yeah, it was pillaged is probably a better term for it. And so yeah, it was shipped off to the world's biggest evidence locker, the British Museum, and just basically sat on a shelf. All these clay tablets sat on a shelf for about 15 years before somebody finally got around to actually looking at what was on them and translating them. So a lot of the sections of the story are broken, but then subsequently more tablets have been found that kind of help flesh out the story. So sometimes the story... So I've been reading multiple sources, and multiple sources sometimes have different information. So if I'm inconsistent, it's not my fault. It's the tablet's fault. Anyways.
We have that excuse for this week only.
Yeah, well.
We'll have to find some other,
other things written on clay tablets.
Yeah.
This is written on
start making your own.
Yeah. But so Enkidu and Gilgamesh, they meet in the streets of Uruk, and a great fight breaks out between them. They just fight for days, evenly matched, but then eventually Gilgamesh triumphs, but his encounter with Enkidu changes him. They become companions.
Okay.
So the two of them basically become best friends after this.
Right.
They have a big old fight, and then they're like, you know what? You're all right, buddy. And the other guy's like, you know what? You're
what
all right, buddy.
What are we even fighting
about? Man, what was this even about? And he's like, I don't even know. Do you guys have bread and beer in this city?
This is awesome.
So they become best friends. And so basically it's like all Gilgamesh really needed was a friend. And now he's
someone to talk to.
Yeah. So, he's like, I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you.
And that's a spoiler, surely, because there was a flood, right? So.
Man, you were so stuck on this flood. It's like the one bit that you know.
I gotta flaunt my knowledge.
Boy, when we get to it, you're gonna be so excited. So Enkidu tells Gilgamesh about Humbaba, the terrible monster who guards the cedar forest.
What?
And
when did Enkidu learn about this? Because wasn't he just hanging out with animals?
Maybe the animals told him.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, they're a very reliable source of information.
Well, I mean, like, he's been living out in the wilderness, so maybe he came across Humbaba in the cedar forest.
Or hallucinated him.
Maybe. It's a lot of things. Humbaba is, like, the cedars are sacred, and...
Cedar trees.
And anyways, so Gilgamesh decides the two of them should journey there and just defeat the monster, who's honestly not hurting anybody, as far as I can tell. They make preparations.
But he just looks funny, so that's justification enough, right?
Yeah, I think he does. I think he's got like a lion's head, and he might be like a what's the word? Chimera. Yeah. Where he's like a bunch of animals smushed together.
Okay, well then in that case he's asking for it, isn't he?
Yeah.
That was sarcasm, but...
I know, yeah.
Okay,
you shouldn't judge gods by the way that they look. Or he's a monster, I guess. He's like, yeah, anyways. But he protects the forest, I think. So they head to the cedar forest, they encounter Humbaba, and with the help of Shamash, the sun god, they defeat him. So apparently the sun god, like, blows wind and holds Humbaba down. And...
So these two guys are both super strong, and yet they still need divine intervention as well.
This guy is a giant monster. Like, he's legit a monster.
Unlike Gilgamesh, who's just morally a monster.
Yeah, he's more like he's a monster on the inside, and also super strong, which kind of makes him a weird Frankenstein guy. Anyways, yeah, so they defeat the monster. So basically, they hold him down. They basically he's begging for his life, and they get so tired of him begging that they kill him. Just like.
Alpha, well, since you asked.
Yeah, it's like, please don't kill me. What, please kill you? That's what I'm hearing. It's like, these are our heroes, folks. They're like, you know what? I'm sick of this whiny bitch. Like, let's slit his throat. And they literally slit his throat. I think they tear out his heart and his lungs, and they cut his head off. And
it seems a bit excessive.
It's a little aggro, yeah. And then they level the forest.
What? Why?
They take all the trees.
Okay. Is that what creates the flood? Because there's not enough trees to, like,
Christ,
deal with, like, sucking up the water. I'm just trying to bring in my very cursory knowledge of geography now as well.
I know. No, also I don't think that's geography.
No, but it's in, like, floods, like, deforestation exacerbates flooding, right?
Yeah.
So
no, that's kind of environmentalism, but it's like, but it is.
Which is geography. Okay.
It's
a subset.
So this section of the story is kind of, because at the end, after they level the forest, like Enkidu is like, oh, what have we done? Like, what will basically, I think he said, like, what will the gods say? What will we say to the gods when they see this? What will the gods say when they see it?
It was like that when I got here.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And it's kind of
How did they level it? Did they set fire to it with the sun guy, or did they just chop a load of trees down?
I think they just tore it down, and then they built a raft to sail back.
Oh, well, that's fair. They needed the wood. That's fair.
But I think they destroyed the whole thing. And
it's excessive.
It's kind of, some read it as an allegory for, like, man lives in the environment and needs to be a custodian over the environment.
Well, they really fucked that then, didn't they?
Yeah. And they were like, because it's basically, they're like, oh, we've done this thing. Or this idea of, like, when you go to of being non-aggressive and, like, attacking other kingdoms. Because, like, this guy was basically the king of the forest, and they killed him for basically no reason.
Yeah.
And also, like, because Enkidu, there's stories that when Enkidu was telling to kill Gilgamesh, Humbaba. Yeah. He said that he cursed Enkidu to die before Gilgamesh. So, anyways, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, so there's deeper meaning potentially in this story. That's kind of meaning.
Oh, well, that went over my head. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize it until I listened. Do you know the podcast In Our Time?
Yes.
Yeah, the BBC one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they were talking about the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's like, it's whoever the host is, and then he brings on a panel of
Melvin Bragg. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he brings on, like, the most insanely smart people, and they talk about some topic, and they're talking about the Epic of Gilgamesh.
So, like, the opposite of this podcast.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, because the thing is, like, if you're listening to In Our Time, you can do nothing else, because if you stop focusing on it for a second, you're completely lost. Whereas this, you can just dip in and out. So
I don't know. It's probably equally confusing, but for opposite reasons.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But I mean,
why are they talking about? I don't know. What were we talking about?
We were talking about Crock'n'Boosh a lot last week.
Exactly. There we go.
But you can do stuff while you listen to this, and hey, you're doing a great job folding that laundry. So
that was obviously aimed at our male listeners, right?
Yeah, or anybody
busting stereotypes.
Yeah, exactly. So they head home with the head of Humbaba.
Oh, good word choice there then. Head home.
Oh yeah.
Well
Say
done.
they return home. So after a celebration, Gilgamesh bathes himself and catches the eye of Ishtar. So the goddess Ishtar sees Gilgamesh bathing, and he's like, "Hey, who's this grade 8 American beef?" Yeah. So.
Well, hang on, but as a god, like, surely they could see everyone at all times.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
And, like, she's been around for a while.
Right.
Because, she was, one of her priests was involved earlier. So,
right.
What is it about this specific bathing time that catches her eye?
I don't know. I guess she sees his dong. I don't know. Like, what? Maybe she's like, I don't know. Maybe it was just like one of those things where she was, the gods, like ancient pantheons of gods, they're not like all seeing. But they can, so their focus can be,
very specifically on one penis, right?
Yeah, or like not on that penis. I don't know.
Yeah.
So she's a god. She's busy. So she's just like, one day she's hanging around in the clouds, as gods do, I assume, and she's like looking down.
To be fair, if you can see it from up there, it probably was quite impressive.
She's like, hey, who's this guy? So she is enamored of Gilgamesh, and she tells him to become her lover. She doesn't ask. She just tells him. She's like,
well, hey. I mean, he doesn't seem to have a great attitude towards consent, so.
No, yeah, exactly. And, which is a bit of irony, because he says no.
And so now you understand.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so now you get it.
Yeah.
How it would suck to be somebody's lover who maybe they didn't
want to. Yeah.
They didn't want to. Okay, the thing is that like Ishtar has a track record of, so she's the goddess of love and war. So basically sex and violence. And and she has a bad track record with former lovers.
Wait, hang on. Yeah, is it every time it's like, you want sex? No, well, war it is.
Yeah, like she's only got 2 speeds. And so so she's got a bad track record with her former lovers, and them being eventually spurned or thrown away, potentially in a very violent way. So Gilgamesh, knowing this, is like, I would rather not. Thank you. It's like,
respectfully decline.
I am so flattered. Thank you so much, and I appreciate all the compliments about my penis that you saw from the clouds. And it's, yes, it is visible from space. But I'm gonna pass.
I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now. Just gone through a lot. Just killed something.
Yeah.
It's a lot on my mind. It's not me. It's not you. It's me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm really focused on my pal Enkidu these days. That's kind of where my head's at. So we're doing
I just found out I got a long lost brother. It's a lot of emotional stuff to deal with.
Exactly. And we're just kind of doing our own thing now. So thanks though. Hey, let's stay friends.
Can we still be friends? Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a hug. Come on, let's hug it out. So Ishtar is outraged and convinces her father, Anu. Wait a minute, wasn't Anu a woman earlier? No, I don't understand this. Because Anu is listed as the goddess of creation earlier, and now it's, anyways.
And now it's the father. Well, that's, again, pretty progressive. I mean, gods, if you're thinking logically, gods shouldn't have genders.
I suppose so. Yeah, I don't know. No, it says she's an Irish goddess? Oh, come on. You're the worst. Wikipedia is the fucking worst.
Well, that's a twist in the tale.
Yeah, I know.
How did we get from Iraq to the Emerald Isle?
Anyways, yeah, it was Anu is the supreme god. She's basically the Zeus or the Jupiter.
The big cheese.
Yeah. So anyways,
hang on, what was their involvement before?
What do you mean?
What did Anu do before?
Oh, Anu created.
Oh, yeah.
Enkidu.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. See, that just making one person seems like the kind of thing like that a lesser god would have done.
I guess.
Rather than the boss CEO one.
He made a pretty cool person, though. We all agree Enkidu's the coolest.
Yeah, that's true.
So
it's like, we got to bring in the expert on this one, because we really fucked up with Gilgi.
Yeah, not a centaur eagle. So she convinces her father to release the bull of heaven to punish Gilgamesh.
Sorry. I mean, I guess it is kind of a scary animal, but like usually, when you're expressing wrath and you get a minion to release something, it's usually the hounds. But yeah, what was it? The bull of heaven. Release the bull of heaven. It doesn't quite have the same ring to it.
When you mess with the bull of heaven, you get the horns of heaven. Well, the bull of heaven, it says it descends on Uruk and killing hundreds of men. So, don't you feel bad for laughing about it now?
Response.
Yeah.
No, because the whole thing is disproportionate.
It is very disproportionate. It is.
I mean, I guess at least with ancient heroes, like they have so many kind of these emotional like issues that a bull makes sense because we've just seen so many red flags.
Yeah. Oh.
You should have seen that coming, really.
I didn't see that coming at all, and I'm impressed. So
I think someone has become 1% a hero again.
All right. You earned it. Just move it up. Tick. There we go. Moving up the hero meter. So the bull of heaven, it's apparently like very fierce. Its breath can destroy plants. It can just
like yours in the morning. Am I right?
Now you're going down in the hero ranking.
Oh, God damn it. Always self-sabotage.
So the bull of heaven, it can open up great pits in the ground. It's very big and fierce and anyways. So Gilgamesh and Enkidu, they fight the bull in the streets of Uruk.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't sound like it will be a fair fight. Oh, well, that's a surprise.
Well, they're both super strong, so...
Yeah, but like, raising plants just with your breath, I mean... that requires someone very strong.
Well, okay, so what happens is that Enkidu grabs the animal and wrestles it, and then
he just grabs the bull by the horns.
Yeah, And I think he actually grabs it by the tail. I think I remember him reading that in some places.
Right.
But, and then Gilgamesh stabs it.
Okay. Teamwork makes the bull die. That's what the phrase should be.
Yeah.
Why did they let the bull kill hundreds of people first before
I think they couldn't have
bull?
stopped it. I like to think that they were in the castle hanging out. And Gilgamesh was like, the craziest thing happened with Ishtar. She's like, and he's like, you didn't want to? I was like, yeah. He's like, she's a lot of drama. A lot of drama. And he's like, really? And then they hear a bull.
Rampaging through
the city. And then they're like, we better go. They're basically like superheroes, but kind of dicks.
Well, Enkidu, not so much.
Enkidu's great, yeah.
Maybe it was like they saw the bull and Gilgamesh was like, it'll probably be fine, we should do nothing. And then so there was a bit of back and forth while Enkidu tried to persuade him to do the right thing, maybe.
Yeah. He's like, Gilgamesh was like, that's probably just I think it's just a regular bull of earth. And Enkidu's like, I think that's the bull of heaven. I was like, it looks like a regular earth bull, I think. And it's killed hundreds of guys. Well, I should probably step in.
I mean, even if it was a regular earth bull, at the point where it had killed hundreds of guys, you'd be like,
Yeah, this is worse than that Caledonian boar. Remember that guy?
That was a while ago. Vaguely remember him.
3 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, maybe because obviously that would have been a bit later. Is that Castor and Pollux?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this imagery of a ferocious farm animal was, borrowed into that story
I think
as well.
that's a common theme, I think, where there was there was a name for those kinds of animals that kind of terrorize people. But anyways, after they kill the bull, Ishtar appears and threatens the heroes. Basically like, you kill my fucking bull? That's my dad's bull. He's going to be so mad, you guys.
I was quite pissed off when you rejected me, but now you've really gone and done it. Kill my dad's bull. I'm going to be in so much trouble.
And so Enkidu is just like, man, fuck this lady. And he tears off one of the bull's haunches and throws it at Ishtar. I think like hitting her in the face.
Really adds insult to injury, that.
So she got hit by a piece of bloody bull junk. And so then later that night, Enkidu has a dream that the gods are meeting a council. The dream proves to be true. The gods decided that one of the heroes must die for their behavior.
Right.
And they choose Enkidu.
What? That's not fair.
It does feel like a bad idea. Like, if you want to kill one, I mean, you gotta feel
because he was the good influence on Gilgamesh.
He was, right? Do you think that when the guy comes like, okay, well, we should kill one? I don't know. We should probably kill Enkidu, right? It's like, wait. Wasn't the whole point of making Enkidu that the other guy's not a jerk?
Yeah.
And if we kill Enkidu, won't this guy just be a jerk again?
Yeah, they did not think that. Another poor decision by the gods here.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
Yeah. Well, this is why Christianity is better in every way.
Amen.
Yeah. So they choose Enkidu. Enkidu falls ill and suffers for 12 days before finally dying.
Okay.
R.I.P. Rest in power, Enkidu.
Their methods of killing people off are at least, quite diverse, imaginative. They got illness, bull, chimera.
Mm-hmm. You think they just hit him with a bolt of lightning? That's kind of mean to make him suffer for 12 days, but whatever. So Gilgamesh is shattered.
Hey, but I mean, to be fair, the first 6 days were great. So it's like he had that great time with who was the lady?
Shamat.
Yeah, had a great time with her, and then so did he suffer for 12 days?
He suffered for 12 days, yeah.
So it was like double the sexy time.
Yeah, I wonder if he and Shamat stayed in touch, if they started a relationship or something, or if it was just kind of I don't know. Anyways,
that tablet hasn't been found yet.
Yeah, that's so Gilgamesh is shattered. He mourns for days. And tears off his hair and clothes. He adorns himself in filthy animal skins and journeys to the forests and mountains. Basically, he's dealing with a breakup the way that we all do.
Yeah.
And it's like, it also
I've seen your animal hide breakup shirt, Matt, and it is not pretty.
It is not. It is mostly cat. And it's, so, no, it says, actually, there was somewhere else I was reading that it was said that he kept his body for a long time.
Oh no!
Until he finally started to rot. I think that says a worm fell from his nose or something like that.
Oh!
I know. Yeah. It wasn't great.
Yeah, that's not healthy. He needed a counselor.
Yeah, it's very much, it's very bad. It's very serial killery. It's very Norman Bates, that he kept his friend's dead body for a long time. But then he also like demanded the entire world mourn for him. He held a giant funeral for him, but he was like really distraught. And also he had witnessed death now and was terrified of his own mortality.
Wait, hang on. This guy who just killed loads of people.
Right. But
hadn't realized that death is bad.
No.
Was it kind of like Batman, where he's like, I don't kill anyone, and beats the shit out of people and then just thinks that they're fine afterwards?
Yeah, no. No, but that is a problem with Batman. No, it's more like he's like, well, death's for those jerks. It's not for me.
Right.
Not for cool dudes like me and Enkidu, right, Enkidu?
Yeah.
Enkidu?
Oh
no, Enkidu! Wake up, Enkidu! Enkidu!
A worm just fell out of him.
Yeah, so I think it was more like he thought that he was immortal, or he would, he never like considered his own mortality because he'd been so powerful.
Do you know who I am? 2/3 God. I won't die.
Exactly. So he seeks to escape death.
Right.
And so Gilgamesh decides to seek out Utnapishtim.
Oh, I've heard of him. Them? Her?
Him. What do you know about Utnapishtim?
Nothing. I just recognize the name.
Great. Utnapishtim is the one...
Is he Noah? Oh.
Sorry. He is the one being granted immortality by the gods.
Okay.
So he travels to Mount Mashu, a twin-peaked mountain that marks the entrance to the world in which no mortals can venture. So basically the underworld. Mm-hmm. And convinces the guards of the mountain.
Underworld, but it's high up. Okay.
It's in the mountain, yeah. It's, but it's underground. See, it's still underground.
Okay. The ground got higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still underground. Yeah.
Got ya.
So if you're in a basement in Denver, which is at a much higher elevation than we are,
okay,
you're still underground, even though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got ya.
So he convinces the guards of the mountain, who are two scorpion man beings.
What?
Yeah, they're scorpion men. So they're.
Okay. That was standard.
I don't know in what way they're scorpion men. I like to think they have scorpion tails.
Maybe they have normal legs, but then the tail just comes like over their head. I don't know.
I guess I'm more imagining them as like centaurs, but with a scorpion body instead of a horse body.
And a human head. Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
It's interesting to think about like how this was translated, because presumably like they didn't have much reference to like go by. So like, what if instead of scorpion men they were actually like, I don't know, just normal guys or like mermaids or something, and the translations just completely misled us.
Yeah, maybe.
Just a thought. Sorry.
That was a thought?
That was a thought.
Thanks for sharing it. He convinces, it doesn't say how I don't know how he convinces them. But anyways, he gets into this long passage of the mountain. He endures terrible darkness for a full day. He travels in this passage. When he emerges on the other side, he's in a wondrous paradise. And he sees a tavern. So that's how you know it's paradise. It's a tavern. You can get
to be fair, that is, for a year into lockdown, it's like that is paradise.
Yeah, that does sound like paradise. Like in the walking through the corridor of a year of darkness that is lockdown.
Yeah.
The idea that we would get to the other side and there'd be a pub there and you could just sit down and have a pint.
Like perfect temperature.
Yeah. And just like a packet of crisps and you're just all set. So there's a tavern by the sea and he approaches it.
Oh, by the sea as well. That's delightful.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just really nice. Yeah, it is a paradise. It is a wondrous paradise, and
It sounds like Cornwall. It's probably Cornwall.
Yeah. So he frightens the owner, whose name is Siduri. I don't know why it's important that he frightens him. With his appearance, I guess he just wasn't expecting anybody. He's just like, oh, no
one comes in here.
Yeah. Wow, how, like, we're at the end of the day-long dark corridor. We don't get a lot of foot traffic, so it's really great that you stop by.
We get really bad TripAdvisor reviews.
Yeah, people are like, the beer was good, had to travel in darkness for a day, so not really worth it. Is by the sea, so 2 stars. Siduri allows him to enter the tavern after he explains the story and his intention to find Utnapishtim. Siduri tells Gilgamesh about the boatman who can ferry Gilgamesh across the waters of death. His name is Urshnab.
I don't think it is.
His name is Ursnabai. Ursnabai. Nabai? Ursnabai. But you can cross the waters of death to where Utnapishtim lives. Gilgamesh finds the ferryman and the two set out to find Utnapishtim. They reach ashore and Gilgamesh meets an old... Oh my god, this is all annoying. Wait, sorry. I forgot that there was so much... This is... Okay, when they reach the shore, Gilgamesh meets an old man. Gilgamesh explains
Is this the epicness now? Like, the epic is like the journey bit, isn't it?
There's a bunch of things that he has to like go through, like these different. He basically travels nonstop for like a week. And he finally meets Utnapishtim, who tells Gilgamesh the immortality is for the gods alone. So Utnapishtim.
Well, that was a bit of a wasted trip then.
Utnapishtim is the last survivor of the Great Flood. There you go, Anna.
Oh, wow. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it snuck up on you, didn't it? So the story of Utnapishtim is that the gods came to him one day and said, build a...
Ark. Oh, my God.
What?
Build an ark.
Yeah, he basically built an ark. And, oh, shit, I had this whole... Shit, where did it go?
That must have been when you said, do you recognize the name? That must have been where I
recognized
it from, the Noah bit.
Yeah, well, now I can't find it. But basically, they tell them to build an ark and put your family in it and put the seed of all creatures in there, or like put baby animals in there, which sounds fun. And then they...
So he had to bring his family, not allowed to bring a zoologist or anyone who would have been able to help with... the animals.
You don't know. Maybe his whole family were zoologists. You don't know.
Okay.
Family
I mean, that would have, I think, displayed a level of judgment that these gods did not seem to possess.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't say why. I don't think it's clear why he was the one who was picked. But anyways, he was. You know, instead of the flood, it only lasted for 12 days. Everything was destroyed. He is a very much like Noah. He's kind of a tragic figure because when he looks out after the rain stops, he sees that the world is covered in water, and he weeps for lost humanity and all the people who've suffered and died. And just the same way, kind of, I think there's a similar thing that happens with Noah, and they talk about how Noah basically becomes a drunk after you know the ark lands and all the animals leave. He just basically starts a vineyard and drinks himself for the rest of his life because it's like fuck, you know.
And that's how you live till 900.
Yeah, because he's seen the worst thing that ever happened. So. Yeah. And he's like, I'm done with this. So Utnapishtim, he and his wife are rewarded for saving humanity and all the animals with immortality. And so basically he says to Gilgamesh, it's like, that's it. That's the only way you can become immortal. And I don't think there's any more floods coming. So we're just kind of SOL, right?
Don't tell me Gilgamesh goes home and starts running the taps.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to make his own flood.
Guys, I'm going to need you to plug up every drain in town. And
wait, that's why he raised the forest.
Exactly.
I knew
He's going to build his own ark. Yeah. So he...
Sorry.
It's okay. No, I'm trying to remember where I was. Oh, yeah. So Utnapishtim says, yeah, immortality is only for the gods. They only gave it to me because I did this one non-repeatable event. Yeah. So, but what I tell you what, if you want to be immortal, here's all you have to do. I just need you to stay awake for 7 nights. and Gilgamesh was like, no problem. And he goes over and he sits on a rock and immediately falls asleep because he's been awake. He's been traveling for days and days and days. So he's just completely beaten. And so, it's basically the idea is like, you can't even conquer sleep. You can't conquer death. You just kind of give up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, Utnapishtim says, you've done nothing to deserve the same gift as me. So Gilgamesh finally leaves and return to Uruk. And Utnapishtim tells Gilgamesh of a magical plant at the bottom of the sea that can restore one's youth. And so Gilgamesh is like, okay, I'll go do that. So he goes and he dives into the water, and he...
Did he have another sleep before that?
Yeah, I think it was probably had to travel quite a ways to get to this. It's somewhere in the bottom of the sea. Yeah. And so he finds this plant. He takes it with him on the way home to Uruk. He stops to take a bath, and while he's taking a bath,
someone steals the plant.
Yeah, a snake steals the plant.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
which,
no.
Again, is like the
That's
snake
why they're known
imagery.
For being sneaky, yeah.
Yeah. Same as kind of like the...
serpent, Satan. Yeah.
And so, but it's like, it said that, I forget which god this is, but it said that, the god of the sea is also kind of a trickster. And then I think it's Air is the name of the god. And so when Gilgamesh stops to take a bath and he's also submerged in water, he steals the plant back. So
yeah, Oh,
Anyway.
okay. Using water again. Got it.
Yeah.
That's weird because, like, usually when you come out of the sea, you don't really need a bath because it's like you're refreshed as well.
Yeah. Well, I think he was kind of like midway between so he'd been traveling for a while.
Oh, okay.
The impression that I get. So then he loses the plant. So Gilgamesh is crying, and he decides to just return.
And that makes a flood?
No. And then he returns to Uruk, and upon seeing the great city, Gilgamesh understands that this is his legacy, and that if he rules well, it will be his greatest legacy. And Gilgamesh comes to understand that the most important thing in life is to have lived and loved well.
Okay, that's nice.
So
does he then start paying child support for the presumably hundreds of bastards that he's created?
Probably. I mean, it's by all accounts, he was a good king after that.
Right.
And so the idea is
this is the thing. Everyone needs a little trauma just to make them more empathetic, I think.
That's probably true. And he was like, everything was coming easy to him and whatnot. And so the moral of the story is that the real immortality is the human race.
The friends we made along the way.
Yeah, maybe it's like the wild men we made friends of along the way. But
well, yeah, I guess the fact that we're still talking about him 4,000 years later, that kind of is immortality.
Well, I suppose, but no, what it really is like your life is
meaningless. Thank you.
Meaningless. Yeah, it's pointless. You're a tiny speck of dust on a tiny speck of dust in the middle of a void. So no.
Have a great week, everybody.
Yeah. Bye, everyone. See you next. Thanks for your money. No, the idea is that your life is short and brief.
Yeah.
Not, and all the things you achieve, you won't live forever. But if you live well and you live right, then the civilization, the family that you live behind, the civilization that you help foster and create, like that is the immortality. So humans are finite, but the human race is infinite.
Okay.
So that is kind of the idea. That's the ultimate wisdom that Gilgamesh gains from this journey. So so he goes from being a real piece of shit at the beginning, who's murdering, raping, stealing.
Yeah.
And now he's like a good king with wisdom and having
Wait. So he didn't lose his job in the middle of all this while he was off doing like his gap year, going diving and stuff. He was still the king.
Yeah, I guess presumably and also in the middle of this, he also just fucked off to go kill a monster. And you have to feel like the people who are around him, who are running the kingdom, are like, wait, you're just leaving to go and do what now? Fight a monster? What? No, you have we have
12 charters to sign. Yeah.
Yeah, we need you to sign off on some plans for some new walls. We need you to we've got some ribbon cuttings. You have to do some other things. It's like all this stuff, all these kingly duties.
There were loads of hospitals that just didn't get open that year.
Yeah. No, he's just whatever. Yeah, so he's I guess he's still the king. It says he was such a beloved king that he was buried at the bottom of the Euphrates River, and the people of his city, they changed the flow of the river so that he would be buried under the riverbed. So they buried him in this and then they changed the course of the river so that now the river flows over his tomb.
Interesting.
I don't know, which sounds I was like
maybe they should have just thrown his coffin in the existing river.
It does feel like that would have been a simpler solution, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I like that. It's like the early geoengineering.
Yeah, I like the idea of being buried at the bottom of a river. It sounds fun.
You're sleeping with the fishes now.
No.
I'd still maintain that was better than your British accent.
That's probably fair. Yeah, so that's the story of Gilgamesh. There is one other thing, which is the gay stuff. Let's talk about gay stuff.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
So the relationship between Enkidu and Gilgamesh is not just friendly, it is considered to be also somewhat erotic.
But they are twins.
They're not really... You do get that they're not related, right?
But, okay, fine. If you say so. I mean, in fact, calling them twins the whole time.
They're like spiritual twins, but they're not like biological twins.
Okay, then.
Doesn't that... I mean, one of them's made out of clay. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't... God biology is different to us, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. So basically, it's considered that this relationship is both homosocial and homosexual. So they were also like a couple or like whatever. So it is considered to be within, there are queer interpretations of this story, and it is considered to be by many to be kind of in the kind of queer canon of early stories of yeah. So there is that too, and it is the idea that, you know, his love for Enkidu is so deep. He was so distressed at his loss, you know. But it is the idea that his love for Enkidu, whatever form that it taken, and it can be interpreted in other ways. And I think it's also like at that time the idea of like homosexuality and heterosexuality were not really a thing.
Yeah,
you know,
it does sound like their culture was much more sexually progressive.
Yeah. And you kind of get that with like, you know, Romans and Greeks and all these kinds of ancient cultures where it was just kind of just like, yeah, whatever, man. But yeah, so there is this of it. Oh, I forgot to tell you the best part.
Oh, well, would have been shit without that.
I actually dropped this in earlier.
Edit it seamlessly so that it comes in the right place.
So I told you they found the tablets in the 1850s, and then they finally translated them in the 1860s. So when they got to the part of the tablet about Udnapushna, the guy who was translating it, he freaked the fuck out because there was this reference to a flood.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
In a different ancient text, which had never happened. Like they weren't.
Okay.
Like this was like new to them. They weren't expecting this, so they didn't.
Right.
So they were like, oh.
Because they thought that their make-believe was totally original.
Yeah. And so they were like, oh, this is the same as the Bible. So does it prove the Bible? Does it disprove the Bible?
Because it's an independent verification of there having been a flood.
Right. Or is it like the Bible cribs from this or whatever? And so
or it shows like the Bible isn't special because it's just one of a number of creation myths or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like it turns out that the flood myth is universal because when you're in early civilization, the worst thing you can imagine is a flood.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
also, I guess it's like that there could be a flood and you'd think, yes, it covers all the ends of the earth. Whereas actually it's like, but you haven't been further than like, you know, the edge of your country or town. So
exactly.
It's like, it would seem a lot bigger deal than it was.
If you've never been more than 10 square miles away from the place where you were born and like that's covered with water, you're like, well, the whole place must be covered with water.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this actually got like kicked up to like the prime minister. Like this was like it was like debating government. Like, we were like, should we tell people about this? It was like a huge deal when they first discovered this in the 1860s. It's kind of funny just how like the guy flipped out. They supposedly there's an apocryphal story that may or may not be true that he had torn off all his clothes and started running around the British Museum like he was so excited about because he was excited about this revelation or whatever. But
wow.
And I forget his name.
Have you ever read anything that made you want to do that?
I mean, I have read things that, you know, maybe want to remove certain articles of clothing, but those are just erotic novels and short stories that I've written.
I mean, I'm hoping that someone listening will write in and be like, actually, this is how this podcast makes me feel.
Oh, well, I hope somebody doesn't write in. And
I mean, what are the odds? 1 in 3?
We'll see. So yeah, so that is the Epic of Gilgamesh. Did it seem pretty epic?
Yeah, pretty epic. I mean, mainly the sex party was just the most impressive.
Yeah, a lot of fucking, a lot of fighting. What more do you want out of an epic?
That's pretty much how they go.
Yeah.
Sneaky snakes. Mm-hmm. It had everything. You know,
had an immortal guy, a giant bull.
Women entrepreneurs. Yeah, I can't fault it.
Sexual liberation, gender fluidity.
A lot of, you know, making a twin demigod out of clay is, you know, valuing the arts as well.
Indeed. It had everything. So. Yeah. It's pretty great. I tried to actually read the Epic of Gilgamesh because I was really at the beginning of lockdown, I got really into epic poetry. Uh-huh. And it was very difficult to read. And
I think the problem with, like, a lot of ancient texts is that they are then translated like when they're found, and therefore like the English that they're translated into is kind of boring, and they were probably actually more like epic than Yeah,
but
come across.
I'm a bit of a translation snob, so I won't like. I will usually try to find like the newest translation I can find, because the whole like theory around translation has changed. Because a lot of those old like classic novels, foreign novels, were like written or like were translated literally.
Yeah.
And the new theory on it is like, you want to translate them more poetically, so the language with a focus on readability and whatnot.
Right. So if you've got a metaphor in the language that you're translating from, you'd find an equivalent metaphor rather than like literally translating it.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of thing.
And so they're a lot less dry than they used to be. So if you find if you find newer translations of things, it's often. So that's Matt Shadorn's translation tip.
I love it.
Find new translations of things.
How to read your own mythology. Tip number 1.
Yeah, but so this is just, it's difficult because there's a lot of bits missing because the story is but anyways. But
it has good I think, because you mentioned how Noah was meant to be like traumatized from the flood stuff, but I've found, again, maybe this is the flaws of the translations, but like often in the Bible you don't get much like emotional resonance from the characters, whereas I think in this story it's like the way that Gilgamesh's grief like messed him up and manifested and stuff, it's like more relatable in a way.
It is, there's also like some feminist readings of this that talk about where I was talking about in the beginning, where the patriarchy is kind of the beginning of the patriarchy, as it's kind of this transition from a female-centric God-based theology to kind of this male-centric God-king period, which is also part of that. So and that's when things start to go downhill. So.
When men become in charge, and now here we are.
4,000 years later, and it's just a fucking nightmare. So that's the story of Gilgamesh. Sufficiently epic for you, Anna.
Yes.
Sufficiently legendary.
I'd say so.
And
I mean, I don't know if by the end I would still like him because of all the bad stuff in the beginning.
It does feel like he still has a long road to redemption. I'm glad that he became a better person, but I feel like he needs to put that into action. So
to practice more,
Yeah, so until more clay tablets show up. Apparently there are more apparently there's more clay tablets where just Enkidu shows back up again.
Okay.
It's very confusing for people because they're like, wait, that guy died. So it's either that is out of order, or just more the further adventures of Gilgamesh and Enkidu, or whatever.
Yeah. Gilgamesh and Enkidu Part 2.
Yeah. Or it's like fan fiction. They're just like, I want to write more Gilgamesh and Enkidu stories. And it's like, all right. It's like how the Marvel movies, they're putting out that Black Widow movie, even though she died in that other movie. But yeah, so Gilgamesh, he's a fun guy. Oh, he's also, anyways. I found out about Gilgamesh when I was a kid because he was a member of the Avengers for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyways.
What was his superpower?
He was super strong.
Oh, I guess, But wait, isn't that a lot of them?
Yeah, well, that's kind of, he was kind of he wasn't a really important member of the Avengers. He was an Eternal. He joined the Avengers. He donned a costume that resembled the hide of the Bull of Heaven and went to work as a monster slayer. So that's good work if you can get it. He assisted the Avengers in battles against the Growing Man, Nanny, the Orphan Maker, Nastar's demons.
I think you should cut this into the middle of the podcast just to check people are listening.
I feel like this made me really want to just do the fictional, like we're doing Hercules. Oh, not the historical Hercules, the Hercules from the Marvel Universe that was also a member of the Avengers. Anyways, he assisted the Avengers in their struggle with the Lava Men, but so that's pretty good.
Yes.
But then he was somehow severely injured during the battle. Gilgamesh was brought to the Eternals' home of Olympia, which had temporarily fallen into the negative zone, which is, you just hate when that happens. There he had to fight Blastar, who had temporarily disintegrated the other Eternals, as it happens. And then,
which is totally just erasing Ishtar's story, I think.
Yeah. It does. How come Ishnar's not a member of the Avengers? Anyway.
Well, or one of the nemesis.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. So that's Gilgamesh, Enkidu. Pour one out for Enkidu. Great man, gone too soon.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in power, Enkidu. But thanks, Anna, for listening to my rambling story.
Well, thank you for doing that research. It was very interesting.
It traveled 4,000 years just to your ears.
Nice. So... And you mean that literally, because how many Patreon subscribers do we have? Don't answer that. There are 100. There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Yeah. It's growing. There's one. It's me. I just wanted to make sure the feed worked.
Great. So this is just for us, really.
It'll eventually be for more people. Come on. Have faith.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks again, Emma. Have an epic day.
Oh, thank you. I will, and keep being a legend.
All right. Bye.
Bye.